Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a retired school teacher. I taught 37 years. I'm a graduate of Florida State University, where I received both my AB and my master's degree in foreign languages, Spanish, and government and economics. I coached a cheerleading squad for over 25 years, and I still keep in contact with a lot of my former cheerleaders and former students. At the same time, in 1976, I opened my gift and needle arts boutique, The Giving Tree, and just closed that about 2 years ago.
And it seems, Joan, how I mean that was just 2 years ago, and now we're on our 1 year anniversary of this pandemic.
Oh, the pandemic. My whole family says daily almost, aren't you glad that you closed before you had the pandemic to additional problems? And I am, but I miss it because that was a very fulfilling thing to be doing. With the pandemic, I'm pretty much at home.
Yeah, I mean it's affected everybody, not just locally but globally. How has the pandemic impacted you?
Well, I think greatly. I was very active in a number of organizations. Some of them meet now by Zoom. I am very devoted to my church. Sadly, does not live stream its Sunday service. So weekly, my pastor sends me his message that I read Sunday mornings and then attend the live stream service at Bayshore. So I keep up with that, but it's not the same thing as being active in the church.
Would you say that those activities were the most difficult?
I miss working with my church group. I still stay by Zoom active. I try to give back. Well, I did before because I like to give, but it's so much more difficult. I haven't had my hair cut in over a year, and I'm accustomed to going to the hairdresser weekly. So vanity has its challenges also.
Vanity does have its challenges. Joan, you mentioned Zoom. Was that something you were doing prior to the pandemic?
No, I've had to learn. I am not technologically super able. I have to learn everything, but it's more difficult for me. Praise the Lord, I have a fabulous support system with my family and friends. So I don't get out, but I keep up with everything.
Good. So, would you say that you've obviously established new ways of communication with family? Have you been able to kind of rekindle any relationships?
Just by phone.
Your shop was the hobby shop for men and women that love to needlepoint and knit. Anybody reach out?
Yeah, and I have provided yarn, mailed yarn to different people.
Yes.
And let me tell you, when you're home alone, my angel puppy loves my aid more than she does me.
How has having an aide been beneficial?
I just happen to be blessed with a very wonderful person, and she is beneficial because I have a deal of difficulty walking. And my family teases me that I have Anna here to take care of Emmy and not me.
That's funny.
I'm very independent, so in the beginning, I don't let anybody do anything for me. But I have found that I don't mind being spoiled.
Nice.
So when Anna fixes breakfast and lunch and gets my dinner set up for me to finish up on, it is very helpful. And I feel that as long as I can do things for myself, it's better for me psychologically and physically than to have other people do it. But being spoiled is nice.
What about having then the energy and the time to do other things?
Really very, very nice. So I am blessed because I have such a wonderful family. We all have stayed isolated pretty much so that we can see each other on occasion.
You know, this whole pandemic has been challenging on so many fronts, but it's been especially hard for older adults. We've seen here at Home Instead the anxiety levels, depression levels have just gone through the roof. Seniors identify themselves a lot as being isolated and being lonely prior to the pandemic. So this has just really made it a whole lot worse. Talking to you inspires me because you've been able to adapt Have you had any friends that you've had to give them a good talking to and say, hey, this will be over soon?
My sister gets more anxious than I do. She and my niece call daily and been very, very fortunate.
You have always inspired me, and I love you dearly.
Oh, and I love you, and you inspire me.
That means a lot. I appreciate that. I love it. Is there
Oh,
any message that you would like to give folks that I just can't wait for this thing to get over?
I can't wait for it to get over, but it will get over. So keep the faith, stay strong, keep yourself busy.
That's a good one.
Find something that you like to do and do it.
Is there anything that you started doing that you weren't doing before?
I do more puzzles, and actually, I find that creative and it really keeps your mind active. And reading books, I like to read. I'm still doing a little bit of finishing on needlepoint pieces and knitting pieces for a few of my customers.
Okay.
And know in your heart that this is soon going to be over and you'll be able to be out there and with your friends and family enjoying the sun on your face instead of through the door.
Well said. Joni, thank you so much for doing this. And I can't wait to be able to go to your house with my kids and give you a big hug. And thank you again for doing this.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the next time I will be able to have had a haircut.
That'll be part two.
Okay. God bless.
God
Good
bless
luck.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.